I'm a huge lover of pilau and I always love the outcome. So today I'm going to be showing you the easiest, the simplest mutton pilau recipe, which you're going to love. And you can check the description box for the few ingredients that are going to be listed there, because the recipe is very basic. So grab yourself some mutton and let's make this delicious mutton pilau. To make this delicious mutton pilau, I'm going to get started by making my own pilau spices. So over here, I have a combination of several spices that I've bought from the supermarket. And I have some cardamon pods, bay leaf, black peppercorns, cloves, cumin seeds, and coriander seeds, which I'm going to be toasting in my pan over here. So over medium flame, I'm going to heat a small pan. And then, because I'm multitasking, I'm going to be using another burner to make my mutton. Over here I have half a kg of mutton that I've diced into bite-sized pieces. Also I have some onions and garlic and ginger over here, which is going to add in a very nice flavor to our pilau. I have 2 cups of rice over here, salt, and 2 seasoning cubes. This is beef seasoning cubes. To get started, I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of cooking oil to my pan and add in 2 medium onions. And as the onions are cooking over medium-low flame, I'm going to toast my seeds. That is my pilau, my whole pilau spices. So I'm going to transfer to my pan, and using a spatula, I'm going to toast the spices as they cook. Keep watch over your whole spices as they are toasting, because they can burn really fast. So you're going to cook your onions for around 1 minute until they have a very nice golden brown color, which is equals to flavor. Browning your onions is very important because it makes food very delicious. To toast the spices, it is going to take around 3 to 4 minutes over medium-low flame. And toasting the whole spices, it's going to make the Pilau Masala very fragrant and flavorful. After 3 minutes, you'll notice a very nice aroma in the kitchen because of the whole spices toasting. Also, you'll notice some popping sound from the whole spices. That means that the whole spices are well toasted. So what you'll do next is put out the flames, and then you're going to let the whole spices cool a little bit before grinding into a powder. Also be careful because the seeds are popping. They can pop in your eyes. So I'm going to check on my onions and give the onions a stir. They're starting to have that lovely golden brown color. So I'm going to wait for another 30 seconds. This is how your onions should be looking. So once you notice that lovely golden brown color, you're going to add in your crushed garlic and ginger. And then you're going to saute for around 30 seconds until the raw garlic and ginger flavor is gone. When the garlic and ginger is ready, you're going to add in your mutton into the pot. Stir in, and then you're going to add in a splash of water so that the mutton can cook until softened up. That is half a cup. Stir. Cover, and then I'm going to be grinding my whole spices because they have cooled a little bit. You'll need a grinder to grind your whole spices into a powder. Over here, I have mine, which I've been using to grind my pilau spices. So if you have a high-speed blender, you can use that as well because it has so much power and it will grind the whole spices into a fine powder. So I'm going to spoon my whole spices into the grinder, and then I'm going to grind. Then I'm going to cover and grind my spices. I'm going to start off by pulsing my whole spices. That is to break down the cinnamon sticks, which are a little bit tough. And once the grinder has broken up all the cinnamon sticks, I'm going to blend into a smooth powder. Once I have a smooth powder, I'm going to unlock my grinder and transfer to a bowl. And then I'm going to be grinding the rest of the pilau spices. Cover and grind. After grinding, you'll have your pilau masala ready, and this is going to last me for several months because it's quite a lot. So I'm going to check on my mutton, which is cooking perfectly and looking very tender. So the next step is to add in some seasoning to my pot. So I'm going to add in 2 beef seasoning cubes. Crush in the seasoning cubes and add in a heaping tablespoon of the pilau masala. Toss the spices in the pot and let the spices cook together with the mutton for another 30 seconds. This is going to make the spices very fragrant. When it comes to rice, I always go for basmati rice, and over here I have the long grain basmati rice. So what you're going to do, you're going to wash the rice for around 2 times until the water runs clear. 2 to 3 times, that is. I've already washed mine, so I'm going to add the rice into my pot. Stir in the rice and toast for around a minute over medium flame. Because I've added in 2 cups of rice, I'm going to be adding in 4 cups of water. You can also add in beef stock, but because I added in seasoning cubes, I'm not going to be adding in any beef stock. So I'm going to use the same cup that I used to measure my rice and add in 4 cups of water. Stir in the water, and then I'm going to let everything come to a boil. Once the water comes to a boil, I'm going to check the seasoning. If it's not perfect, I'm going to be adding in more salt to fully perfect the seasoning so that I can have some awesome and flavorful mutton pilau. Wait for around 3 to 4 minutes until the water has fully evaporated. Then you're going to cover and then simmer for around 5 minutes until the rice is cooked through. After 5 minutes, my rice is ready and it's looking so awesome and delicious. So I'm going to be using a fork to fluff up my rice a little bit. Just look how the long grain has turned out. Just look how my mutton pilau has turned out. It's looking perfect and the rice is perfectly cooked. My mutton pilau has turned out mouth-watering and looking very perfect. I love that the mutton is well cooked, it's tender, and also the rice has turned out perfect. So this is a very simple recipe which is going to take you around 30 minutes to prepare, and the outcome is going to be very delicious. So thank you so much for watching, and also I have a few other Pilau Recipes because I love pilau. So you can check up here or in the description box.